Isn't that spectacular? Absolutely spectacular. You probably come back from Hawaii wishing you could grow these palms. And you know what? You can where we live in the San Francisco Bay Area. With an asterisk. And I'll tell you about the asterisk. This palm is Bismarkia nobilis. And it does look awfully noble because of this grandiose size and this color like no other. Comes up a little pink when they're young, and they just go to almost like a flat white against the blue sky. Look at the contrast. And here's one that's trimmed up really nice. They're native to Madagascar. Did I say that? I can't remember. I'll say it again. They're native to Madagascar, and they're really drought tolerant. And they're actually fairly cold tolerant. They'll take quite a bit of frost. I don't know if you're getting below 20 degrees, if you'll ever have a chance to grow this thing or not. But I do know in the 20s, people are growing them in Central Valley and places like that. The trick to this palm is it needs heat in summertime. It can handle our winter, no problem, but constant, cool, foggy, San Francisco-like Ocean Beach, Golden Gate Park, Bolinas, and Stinson Beach style climates, the wind's gonna beat the hell out of it on the coast. And more importantly, it's just if it survives at all, it just won't look good. So we got to keep it away. You like my music choices? Keep it away from the coast there. And then here's what they look like when they're a little bit younger. And the frond size is absolutely huge. I mean, look at how it's arranged. Look at the geometry of that. Isn't that just absolutely striking? And I don't know if I can really get up there with my big ugly head to show you. Do I look like a little midget next to this tree? I should, because this tree is really, really big. And and then we'll take a good look at the trunk. Super exotic furriness to it, real soft and furry. If you like things furry, you're gonna love this palm. You might even like me. But it has a really nice soft texture to it. And this is trimmed up perfectly. It does get a nice hard sort of semi-ring trunk in time. And I'll tell you, there's people on the coast who are like, I gotta have one, Gary, I gotta have one. I was like, well, there's another palm that looks somewhat like it. Oh, look, we can even show you what Bismarkia looks like when it's young, which is this one right over here. You see there's a little tones of pink in it. If you really look closely and strain your eyes, a little peachy pink. You see that just a little bit? But there it is. Like it's blue its whole life, and it's just a wonderful plant if you've got the heat. But if you don't have the heat, there is an option. There's option B. Option B is a wonderful plant from Sonora, Mexico, called the Sonoran fan palm, the Sonoran blue palm. This palm is native on the side of the Gulf of Mexico. No, not the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of California, which is in Mexico. And it is native to the continental side of the Gulf of California. And anyway, it has a really beautiful frond that has similar coloration. You can see the Bismarkia off in the backdrop. And it has a really fine, big blade. I mean, truthfully, it's not quite as impressive as Bismarkia, but if I had never shown you the Bismarkia, you wouldn't know what you were missing, and you would think that this tree was super spectacular with its blue color. So there you go. We can get both of them for you, whatever you want. If you want both, we'll get both. But this Brahea, Clara, Sonoran blue palm will grow fine in coastal Northern California, no problem, and everywhere else for that matter. And that's it.